Hello, America. So you're moving to Oklahoma, and you're looking into Edmond, Oklahoma, and you're wanting to know what the pros are and the cons are.
So if you want to know more about that, stick around. That's what this video is about.
Let's go, America. All right, guys. This is Josh. This is Robert. We make videos on living in Oklahoma. And if you're moving to Oklahoma and you're relocating to Oklahoma or moving within Oklahoma, that's what this channel's about.
We are local real estate agents, so we'd be glad to show you around.
Check out our number down below. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We're here when you're making a move to Edmond, Oklahoma. Oh man, Robert, you're a much nicer person than me. Why don't you get the pros?
One of the pros that we looked at was livability here in Edmond. We ranked very high, 92 score on areavibes.com. Shows that it's a great place to live. It's grown so much since the 80s, like doubled in size, the population, and the amount of things that there are to do here, and just it's a great place. I mean, it's ranked high for a reason.
Yeah.
So, what would your con be on that?
Well, my con number one is I have to pay for bulk trash pickup, Robert. Why can't it be free?
That's a good question.
It's free in Oklahoma City.
I have no rebuttal to that. I couldn't answer why that's a thing, but it is.
Good old Edmond charged me for my bulk trash pickup. I had to pay $10 for 2 cubics of bulk trash. What the hell? What the hell?
Well, you know what? Let's move on to the next pro, being the city parks. Okay.
Yes, we got.
So there's great city parks here. As a matter of fact, Haver, EC Haver's one of the great ones. A very old one. They're actually trying to keep it from being. They're trying to come in with some new ideas. I think put in some shops and stuff of that sort. And so, we're working on keeping that as a park. I would love for it to stay a park. It's been great. It's where my son grew up playing sports. That was one of the parks. The other one's Mitch Park. It's another great park here in Edmond. YMCA is right next to it. So, the city parks that we have here, great.
Yeah.
Great. You also have Arcadia Lake, which has running bike trails and stuff of that sort. So, there's a lot to do here. City park wise.
And tons of neighborhood parks.
Very much so, yes, correct. We even have dog parks. So again, if you got dogs and you like getting them out, we got some dog parks that are really great for the pets as well. Just strictly dog parks. So yeah.
And my con goes right along his pro is every now and then here in Edmond tries to take one of our parks away. Just here recently, they tried to take away Hafer Park. Like, come on, leave. Like, there's so much land in Oklahoma. Don't give up Hafer Park for an apartment complex. What is that about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to keep Hafer Park. That needs to be done. So if you see anything come up on that, if you're at edmondok.com and you see anything about it, keep an eye on it. Let's keep the Hafer Park as a park.
100%. What's the third pro you can think of?
Third pro would be crime rate. We have, again, on areavibes.com, we're 26% below the national average.
Yes.
62% below the national average of violent crimes. So it's a very safe city to live in. So, our police keep us protected, but, the crime here is very low.
Yeah.
So to me, is a great thing, especially if you want to move with the family here.
Yeah. Yeah, or even single women, college kids, they feel protected here because we have such good police force.
Very much so. Correct.
Con number 3, Robert. Why is it there 2 lanes to turn left on every road when you're going on to Broadway? What's up with that? I'm sorry, Dee. There are horrible left turn lanes in Edmond. Like we need 2. There's so much traffic, we need 2. You might sit through a life 3 cycles.
Well, and some of them are 2 lanes, some of them are 1. There are some areas where it is frustrating that they don't have a turn signal when you hang in, and even though it's a small intersection, it should definitely have some type of left-hand turn lane.
Or what about the automatic right turns? You know how some cities have the automatic right turns? You don't have to wait. Why don't we? They do it in construction all the time. Why don't we have that?
We've grown a lot, like we said before. It's doubled since the '80s in population here. They're expanding. They're opening things up. Right now, you can go on Covell. The highway. We put so much in off of there. So now between Sooner and Coltrane on Covell, they started widening space.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a work in progress. The city's grown a lot. They're having to do a lot with the outer roads to update those for the amount of traffic that's come in. But at the same time, still try to take care of some of the inner city roads. So, and Oklahoma, our weather sucks so bad that our roads all throughout Oklahoma actually suck. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Our roads in Oklahoma aren't the best.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. We'll catch up one day. It's doing what we can. So we'll go to my fourth pro, which is also the schools. Here in Edmond, you have a large number of schools. Like we've mentioned before, they're getting ready to look into a fourth high school. We should have at least one, if not two, new elementary schools opening up this coming year. So, we're keeping the schools going. We're not, instead of overgrowing and continuing with the same school, we're building new schools to keep the numbers low on the teacher per student ratios.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Which I think is amazing. So the more we grow, the more the community itself is growing. Instead of just growing the city and doing that, I like the way that Edmond grows the community as much as it grows just neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So that's a big pro to me.
Awesome. Con number 4. Okay, they're getting better. They are. And they're making it safer. But that train, there's still only 2 roads to go under the train. 2nd Street and Covell. But the rest of Edmond, if you want to go from the east side to the west side, you got to make sure to not get stuck by the train.
Like we said, the city's grown. You can't just move the railroad tracks. They're there. It is.
Dig under them.
Yeah. The train's been there forever. It runs through. It is a headache sometimes getting stuck by it. I will give you that. But there are a couple areas that you learn your times on maybe when not to go or which route to take to avoid the train.
Yes. 2nd and Covell.
Yeah, exactly. That's 2nd and Covell. Those 2 areas have a bridge that you can go under, so you don't have to worry about it. But the rest of them, you may get stuck a time or 2, and it's not fun always. But you got me on that part. But pro number 5, one of the things I like, if you can't tell, are the gyms in Edmond. We have over 21 gyms throughout, if you look up Google Maps. So, you have a high selection of gyms. For me personally, the gym just needs to be a gym. Mine is more valued on location, proximity to where I live. I want a gym. Yes, the gym needs to be good. There's definitely got to be something about the gym, but I want one that's within maybe 10 minutes of a drive for me from the house. I don't want to have to drive 30 or 45 minutes to go to the gym and then another 30, 45 minutes back home. We also need just as much, if not more time on the road than I am at the gym. So, having that many gym locations means you can live in a lot of different places in Edmond and you can find a gym that fits what it is you're looking for in a gym and be within driving distance. So it's a great, I love that. It's a big gym guy.
During rush hour, if you live on the northeast side and you got to get down to the southwest side, or vice versa, if you're over by Coral Springs Mall and you need to go over to the I-35 Walmart, if it's rush hour, it's going to take you a little bit if you're not taking the turnpike or the highway system. If you're driving through Edmond, a literal 10-mile as the bird flies distance might take you 20, 30 minutes, depending on what time of the day it is.
We're gonna go with the recreational activities to do in Edmond. There's roughly 45 to be exact.
We got pamphlets.
Oh, we do. Hold on. See, that one's this is it right here.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole list.
The city of Edmond has a building over on Sooner in Covell. It's connected to the Hilton. And you can go in there and you can grab great information about Edmond. They give you maps that aren't really just Edmond. They're maps of pretty much Oklahoma. Not that many people use maps anymore, but some of those old school people do. But they also have a list of different activities, shopping, hotels, different things that they have going on in Edmond during different months. So it's a great thing to go by, take a look at, check these out. There's a lot of activities, and you look at the different local restaurants and other things around here, and keep up to date with them. There are so many activities being done for families, so many gatherings and social events. So there's a lot to do in Edmond, and that's one of the things that makes me love Edmond so much. Because I do enjoy going to Oklahoma City, but I don't want to have to drive 30 to 40 minutes to get downtown to always go do something. I like being able to do something in my hometown.
Yeah.
And Edmond has a lot of that. So this is a great place to have the family and enjoy a lot of activities with the family without having to go all the way across town.
And comment or direct message us, text us, or email us, and we'll email you that PDF.
Yeah.
That way you can get it right away.
Definitely.
Con number 6, our housing costs in Edmond, which is a good thing for homeowners, and which is a good thing for real estate agents like us. But the housing cost in Edmond over the last year has increased over 15 to 25%, depending on the different neighborhoods and the different parts of town. And what I mean by that is our housing cost is above average by 5.3% as of right now. So a con in Edmond is our housing cost has increased, but if you're a homeowner, that's a great thing because your net worth increased. The only person it's a real negative for is a buyer who might be relocating or moving to Edmond.
Yes. So one of the other things I really enjoy about Edmond is that we have 2 colleges, UCO and Oklahoma Christian University. UCO, one of the things we love is when they have their football games.
Yeah.
And they have different different sporting events. It's really great to be able to be in your hometown and go to college football games.
Yeah.
So we love the location there. It's a great school for your kids, and once they graduate, they want to stay here and go to school. It's a great local school to go to that's in your hometown. So there are, I like having the colleges around here. You got, Oklahoma Christian University, another great school, very large, just on the southern side of Edmond.
Yeah.
So great locations and great schools, great colleges that are definitely something that you could look into without having to pay a lot out of pocket and without having to go across the country, across town.
And the schools add a lot to Edmond itself. Like Oklahoma Christian
Yes.
University, didn't they build like a 3-mile track around
I believe you're right.
University?
I believe they did.
And it's
I believe
public.
so.
It's public for everybody.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And UCO, don't they have a public gym?
They've also built a lot around UCO, so there's plenty of, because of all the students and the age, there's plenty of restaurants to go to that are affordable. There's plenty of, different things you can do just around UCO that are built there and in that location for a lot of the, let's be honest, there are kids that are in college, right? So when our kids are in college, well, mine don't have to be in college. Yours aren't yet, but mine don't have to be in college. So if my kid's going to be in college, I'd like to know that he's not just in a great school, but the community around the school is a really good community.
Yeah.
Right. The school sits in a great place. They got a lot of things to do to keep them out of trouble, but to also have a good time.
Yeah.
So I love I love what they have.
One of the things that a lot of people might think of as a pro, I kind of think of as a con, is Edmond has over 200 different restaurants to choose from when it's time to go out to eat. So when you have that conversation that you always have, where do you want to eat? And the other one's like, I don't know, where do you want to eat? There's over 200 options to choose from, so it's a hard conversation to have.
Yeah, as I'm eating now, I'm going to tell you, I love that option. I love that there are so many different options here in Edmond for us to choose from and what to eat. So Boy Eddie's is one of my favorite spots in Edmond. Not far from the house. The food is amazing. The atmosphere is great. So we enjoy coming here. But the other options that we have in Edmond, I love having so many options. I don't want to just have 2 options here and have to go out of town and go so far away if I want options. I like having them all close by. So I like it. It's a big, you cannot talk me out of it. It's positive for me.
Pro number 8, golf courses. There's a couple different golf courses. Well, I mean, one of them isn't really counted as Edmond, but Edmond does have golf courses accessible pretty quickly, doesn't it? I'm sorry, Robert. That's my fault. I'm not timing this good.
No, it's not you. I just want to put stuff in my face. So, yes, as a matter of fact, we have the Kickingbird Golf Course is just across the street from where we're at here. Or wait, I take that back. No, we're on Second Street. Yep, just up there, a little bit. But so, you got Kickingbird Golf Club. You got the City of Edmond Golf Club, which used to be Fairfax. That's a great one. It's now public. You got Willis Creek. So you've got a lot of different options here. And you got, of course, you got Oak Tree, which is a private one, but you're more than likely going to know somebody or find a way to get in and go check it out and try. That's 36 holes. So you got a lot of different. What was a national golf course?
Oh my gosh!
They'll come here and play pros. So you know we love. I love the options you also have for golf. It's close by. There's also like River Oaks, which is in very close to Oakdale. You know, you got the Greens, which is it's in Oklahoma City, but it's just across Memorial.
That's Edmond schools. Half of it.
It is. So yeah, it's Oklahoma City, but it's still close enough. As a matter of fact, that's Brahma. And you know, it's about a 20-minute drive to get there, but I'm from that country. So I do love the amount of golf that we have in Edmond, and kind of even just on the outskirts of it.
Con that I got, con number 8 is I'm having to just think of one because I don't want to talk about traffic again. So
apparently my man does not like traffic.
And I'm gonna skip con number 8 because con number 9 is the number 1 con out of all of our pros and cons videos.
I definitely have no rebuttal for you.
Okay. 9 or the
9. Yeah.
Well, don't go to it yet. Well,
Okay.
let's do con 9, and then we'll finish on a positive note with pro 9.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do con number 9. We get tornadoes in Edmond. Now they're not as sporadic as other places, and they're not as big as other places. But every now and then there is a small little tornado that does mess up some roofs. Every now and then in Edmond. Not as bad as Moore. Not as bad as is that
it's over
Mustang?
It's over high.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have. I've lived here for 16 years now. We've had one tornado come through Edmond that I remember.
Okay.
And it damaged 2 roofs. And I'm not saying that is accurate. There's just one that I remember.
Yeah.
2013, hit a couple of houses. Didn't create a whole lot of damage, but definitely, did a couple things. But yeah, there probably have maybe been some other small ones, but nothing, storm shelters. A lot of people think you moved to Oklahoma, you gotta have a storm shelter, I don't believe that to be accurate. I don't believe that to be true. I think that, yes, we get them. We have great advancement warnings, and it is great to have, especially to have a family if it's needed. But the amount of tornadoes we actually get to come through is very minimal in the cities than compared to, I think, what the nation thinks that we get. Now, we get plenty of them, of course, in some of the smaller towns and things like that. They are very dangerous. But just in the city itself, I don't see, if you're living in the city, I don't remember the last time a big tornado has come through Edmond or Oklahoma City. The more, South Oklahoma City area, that area got hit a couple of times. I was in the first one in 99, so I get it. So been through it before, and I'm still just not sold on that it's that bad here. I think, it's definitely, it's there. Definitely something to think about.
Well, Moore gets hit a lot. You were driving home and you called me and you sent me a video of the last tornado in Moore.
That was actually in 2013.
Yeah, 2013. I saw that video. I was like, dude, get out of there, man. That thing was crazy.
It was really wild.
Yeah.
It should have been a storm chaser. I'd have loved it. It's I was by it, and it's definitely scary, but that was a really big one in Moore in 2013. So that one was one that you definitely want to take cover.
It's a mile wide.
Yes. That same day, the ones that hit here in Edmond, they were very small. And like I said, they definitely do damage, and they can definitely harm you. You don't want to be outside in them. You definitely want to find shelter. But they're not leveling neighborhoods.
In Edmond. As of right now, we're not forecasters. Tornado shelters, if you want them, they're only like $3,500. If you got money to do them, do it. And I'd say a third of the houses already have them in Edmond. Maybe a quarter.
A lot of them do, and if they don't, a lot of them already have cutouts.
Yeah.
So that when you go to get them, it's already pre-cut to make it simpler for the company that's installing them to be able to cut out to get put in. So I believe actually may save some cost as well. So that's a good thing. Well, let's go ahead and stop or get to the number 9 Pro, which is going to be people here.
Yeah.
Man, I love this community. I lived here, like I said, for 16 years. And the people here are nice, genuine people, and have a great time. They love their city. They take care of it. They're very friendly, no matter where you're from. So, when I moved here for my son to go to school, he's already graduated and we stayed, and I love him. It's a beautiful place, not just to have a family, but just to live in. So that's one of my other pros. I love the city. I fell in love with the city.
And you can talk to people when you're out and about, like staying in the grocery line
Oh,
or doing grocery shopping. Like you can have conversations with people and you don't get like the back or
The narrative is, everyone's stuff.
But-
And that's not true.
Yeah.
Far from it, actually. So, don't go with everything you hear. Come experience it for yourself. Check it out. See what Edmond has to offer. Meet the people. Meet, people in the community and see what we have going on here. Check out the homes. There's so many options on where you can live here in Edmond and things you can do. So it's worth a visit. It's definitely worth a visit.
Guys, that was our pros and cons of living in Edmond, Oklahoma. When you're moving to or relocating to Edmond, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. The number's down below. Robert and I and the team of agents that we work with are here to help you with all your real estate needs.
Good one.